Hey, this is Nicolosi, and we're continuing our Gain Computer module tutorial series where we use the module to create all kinds of dynamics processors. Here I have the same setup as before with a simple drum loop, and Mela is inserted as an audio effect, and we're reusing the setup we had in the previous tutorial where a compressor is created using two lanes, and on the first lane, we have our gain computer with the same input. And on the second lane, we have our gain module that is receiving same input as the gain computer. And this is a very useful setup because it mimics what's going on inside most dynamic processors. When the signal goes into a compressor, it usually gets split into two paths. And one path is called the main path, and that's where the gain reduction is applied. And the second path is called sidechain. And sidechain signal is fed into a gain computer, which calculates how much gain reduction needs to be applied. So in our case, lane 1 is a sidechain, and lane 2 is a main path. So, and this is a very useful setup, which means that we can feed a different signal to the gain computer. So in our example, we have a drum loop, but maybe we want our compressor to react to the bass sounds. So what we can do is we can insert a filter. So let's insert EQ band, and I'll choose a high cut. So that's our low pass filter. And then I'll insert a signal router module here, audio out, so we can hear what signal we're feeding to our gain compressor. Okay, so say we want our compressor to react to the frequencies below 200 around 200 hertz, and since we're dealing with bass sounds, we may want a detector to be changed to RMS, and so the gain reduction has reduced slightly here. So maybe we'll decrease our compensation, and let's hear what this sounds like. So sound is quite a lot different than before. And like I said, this is a very useful setup, and you can feed anything you want into sidechain to get interesting results. Okay, now we have a slightly different setup. Again, we have our simple drum loop, but we're not processing it. And we also have these pads, and it's being processed using Mela. We have the same compressor setup here, and this is what it sounds like. Now, what we can do is that we can drive the gain computer using drums. We can do that by using Logic Pro's external sidechain feature. We select our drum loop to come in via sidechain, and that will come in via input 2 here. And we can, if I mute drum here, and again, we're muting this path, and we'll enable this, we should just hear our drums. That means the drum loop is driving the gain computer. And now we'll hear the pumping effect if I turn this audio out back on. Okay, as you can see, this is a quite useful setup where you can use the sidechain path to pre-process signal all sorts of ways before driving the gain computer module, or you can use an external sidechain where you can have a different instrument driving the gain computer module. Okay, that's all for now. Like and share if you found this useful. For any questions or feedback, leave a comment below. See you next time.